Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe and it's brought to you by my friends over at Rain-X Wiper Blades. Rain-X rugged premium wiper blades are designed with trucks and SUVs in mind, but they're built for all vehicles. The footprint of the blade is bigger and bolder, matching the aesthetic of bolder vehicles. It also has added technology like a blade change indicator that turns yellow when it's time to be replaced. So the Hyundai Santa Fe has been redesigned for the 2024 model year, and it has got to be one of the most drastic redesigns I think I've ever seen. Now, the Hyundai Santa Fe was previously one of my favorite 5-passenger cars. I loved the space, the technology, the drive, and now I have something that, quite honestly, looks nothing like it. Not only have they completely overhauled the interior and the exterior, but they've added a third row, which piques the car mom's interest. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of 3 and I'm a certified child passenger safety tech. All right, let's get started. Hold on, I need to redo that intro. Hi, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I'm a mom of almost 4 and I'm a certified child passenger safety tech. That's right, I'm due in September with a baby girl. We're very excited. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, if this thing looks crazy, unique, and different to you, it's because it is. There is nothing like this thing on the road except for maybe the love child between a Ford Flex and a Land Rover Defender. It looks nothing like the Hyundai lineup. When previously I feel like the Hyundai lineup was so cohesive, this thing looks nothing like the other Hyundais. And is this maybe an indication of where Hyundai's going? We'll see. This exterior has taken me a little bit to get used to. I like it more than I first did initially. I still think it's kind of a lot coming at you though. Part of me thinks change is a good thing. Part of me doesn't like this much change, but we're gonna move on. Okay, let's start by taking a look at these headlights. You guys, look at this, an H for Hyundai. So like in a way, they're trying to look like nothing like a Hyundai, but then also remind you what they are. Also, just the entire front end grille is very interesting to me. We've got all of this chrome on the grille with a light bar. And then your huge Hyundai logo right here. It's a very big front end. Everything's completely squared off in the front and in the back. Let's look at our side profile really fast. Now we've got 18-inch rims on this trim level. Now this trim level I'm doing is the SE. It's the SE all-wheel drive. It's the base trim level, guys. Has an MSRP of $37,000. And let me tell you something, I love doing base trim levels. I like seeing what we're getting. I like seeing what manufacturers prioritized enough to make standard. And I liked a more cost-effective option for families. I don't need to see another $50,000 SUV. Those are a dime a dozen. Let's see what $37,000 gets you for a 3-row SUV. The back end is giving refrigerator door. I mean, what am I getting here? It's just so flat. It's so flat. I like the wiper tucked up here because Lord knows it doesn't need anything else going on back here. Huge Santa Fe lettering. These look like dog bones. The back end's my least favorite part about it. It's almost looking like a minivan back here, and I feel like I see a lot of manufacturers doing this more flatter back end. I just had a Rivian R1S tour, and it kind of had the similar vibes. The Jeep Wagoneer kind of has a similar vibe. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think this is disgusting. Okay, guys, here we are in the driver's seat of the Hyundai Santa Fe. I'm feeling so good about what I'm seeing standard, but we'll get to this in a second. Let's break down the door panel, okay? Keeping it basic, I like the silver trim with a little bit of texture right here. I think that gives it some interest. Side cubby, this does not look promising, guys. Oh, not it being promising. Okay, obsessed, that works. Guys, check this out, base trim. Look at this curved display. This is good looking. This is freaking good looking. I love the digital dash. And I think Hyundai and Kia, I think they have the best infotainment system in the game. I think it is beautiful, so user-friendly, and I love that they have this curved touchscreen. I love when they're curved towards the driver. I think it makes it so much more user-friendly. But then look at all the buttons they've still pulled out here. I'm not mad at this. Your girl's not mad at a physical button because look at that. Up, the air's turned down. Up, the heat's on. Up, now it's on my feet. It's just so easy when all the climate control is pulled out, but I also like that they've pulled out some of these popular buttons here. Volume control's easy. I mean, this is easy. This is easy and user-friendly, and I appreciate Hyundai prioritizing that. Okay, this is interesting. On higher trim levels, these are wireless chargers. Here, they're just places, I guess, to put your phone. I would probably rather have 2 cup holders if I could wave my magic wand, but I like to carry a lot of beverages. Aside from that, though, we do have we have 2 USB-Cs right here, places to put your phone. And then what is interesting about these cup holders is look how deep they are. I mean, they swallow the Stanley. That's good. That feels good. Center console could be bigger, but it's okay. It's not that big of a car, you guys. This is a small 3-row SUV. This is not a Chevy Traverse. This is not the Hyundai Palisade. This is the smaller version of this car. Comparable to something like Kia Sorento, Toyota Highlander, kind of more that size. And you'll see that as we get to the second and third rows. Another thing I'm very excited about is this pass-through. I love when a manufacturer goes, you know what, that was hollow anyway. What if we could let someone put their purse there? It's genius is what it is. It's incredible. 2 glove boxes, all the storage. And listen to me, if you are keeping your owner's manual and your service records in your glove box, wake up. That is prime real estate. Keep cleaning supplies, keep snacks, keep things that you're actually going to be using on a daily basis. Get that other crap to the trunk. Okay, we got to get to the second row. I've got 2 car seats, I've got a stroller, and they're claiming that they're a family-friendly 3-row SUV, but we got to put them through the car mom test. Okay, let's talk car seat hardware. So this Hyundai Santa Fe is available in both a bench seat and captain's chairs. The captain's chairs are only available on the higher trim, so bench seats are going to be more common. With the bench, you have lower anchors in both outboard seats, tether anchors across the bench. Third row, they surprised me. There's 2 seats in the third row, which you know I love because now we have 2 comfortable seats instead of 3 uncomfortable seats. And both seats in the third row have their own set of lower anchors and tether anchors. And that's best in class. I couldn't ask for anything better. Well, that's not true. They could have sunshades, but from a car seat setup, that's exciting. Okay, lots to discuss, guys. So one question I know I'm going to get is how does she do for 3 across? And I am going to say this is not a vehicle I would recommend for 3 across. I wouldn't buy this car with the intention to do 3 across. And if you have this car and then you have your surprise 3 across, it would take a one-on-one with a CPSD to talk about a very complicated car seat setup. Most situations aren't going to work. The car seats I had with me, it wasn't even coming close. And I'll point out why as we get in there, but don't set this car for failure. Don't operate it as a car that can do 3 across, okay? This is the Graco Slim Fit LX3. It's one of my favorite car seats, and it's also very compact front to back. And as you can see, with that seat set for a tall driver, we still have several inches of clearance. So good space for car seat in the second row. It's a spacious second row. It feels very similar to the previous Santa Fe. But I just want to point out some of the issues on why she can't do 3 across. Let's go to the other side. Okay, so the Hyundai Santa Fe previously had what we call seatbelt overlap, and this also has seatbelt overlap. The middle seatbelt, you guys check this out, is so far on this seat that, one, my car seat's completely pressed against it. So, I mean, I can kind of pull it out, but then look at all of this. This is pushed back here. You can't do a third anchor. You can't do a lower anchor install like this. And for the most part, this middle seat is just too narrow. So between the overlap, the narrow middle seat, it's not one that I want to do 3 across in. It's a no from me. It's a comfortable second row. I feel like I'm living large back here. Living large, and you know what? My amenities are smacking. Look at this. Not a double cup holder back here. Oh, what's that? One more. This is incredible storage. Sunshades not on this trim level, which, I mean, to me, it's like, how expensive is that to add? But it's fine. Okay, head clearance is great. I'm comfortable. My legroom is good. And look at this. We have vents right here. So they're not on the back of the center console. And you know what? I like that better. Ceiling would be ideal, but if I can't have ceiling, I feel like this gives a little bit more circulation, especially to those rear-facing kids. Look at this. Built-in hooks for a backpack or a grocery bag. Okay. Leather back pocket. Storage. And check this out. You can open up the center console from back here as well. Oh, and they have charging in the back of the seat. And that's what I'm talking about. You know what all those things are? Those are low-cost functionality things that aren't affected by trim level. Every Santa Fe is going to have these things. And I'm telling you, that stuff you would use every day. The cup holders, the hooks, the storage, the pocket, the headroom. I'm feeling really freaking good. Okay, so we have a standard 60-40 bench. So I'm going to tilt the 40, and it utilizes the tilt and slide. And then we head back to that third row. It's not a big one. I can tell right now it's not a big one. Okay, here we are in the third row of the Hyundai Santa Fe. This seat's pushed all the way back, okay? The headroom's incredible. I mean, I guess if you're going to have a boxy car, let's at least have headroom. which this car is providing me. 2 cup holders back here as well. No charging on this trim level. I'm sure the other trims would have it because it looks like there's like dummy buttons for it. I'm comfortable. I mean, I don't think it would be a third row I'd recommend for daily use because wait till you see the trunk space, you're going to lose it. But for once in a while, like to even have an adult back here and be comfortable for short trips, I think that's what a lot of families are looking for. Like, they don't need the third row every single day. Like families of 2 kids, you don't need the third row every single day. But if grandma comes in town or if you're taking somebody, it's nice to have it as an option. And I think as an adult, I'm comfortable back here. I was so excited to see a power tailgate on the base trim. This thing's freaking huge. It's huge. Here's the trunk, you guys. It's giving shelf. My pantry shelves are deeper. Little extra storage there. Very easy to fold this thing flat. And it folds completely flat. And now this is a decent sized trunk. This feels good. Here we've got the new Mockingbird stroller. I mean, it's a big stroller, but you know, I like that it can be converted to a double. It has infant attachments. Won't fit with the third row up, not a chance. You're gonna need an umbrella stroller, but this feels good. This is a good sized trunk. And that's why I like having the bench seat, because then you have such a big trunk, everything's kept safe, everything is kept in the trunk. If you get a car with captain's chairs and then you're still having to put the third row down, well then you have an aisle. And then there's nothing separating the trunk from the rest of the cabins. It's a greater risk for things to become a projectile. You can't hide things from your kids back here as much. It's just kind of a recipe for a disaster. You can also put down the third row. There's power buttons right here. This thing opens nice and wide. Look at all this. They're really just kind of getting into the H, the little checkerboard. All right, y'all, so that's going to wrap up this Hyundai Santa Fe tour. When I get my hands on a higher trim level, I'll be sure to do an updated tour, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing what you get on the base Hyundai Santa Fe. I think this car, I was a little skeptical, as you could tell from the beginning of my tour, but as I explored it, as I played with the car seat setup, I do think it's going to serve a purpose for smaller families who are looking for that occasional third row. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Shout out to Red X Wiper Blades for sponsoring today's video, and we'll talk to you next time.